The amazing Olga Kern. She is vibrant, vivacious. What an amazing talent. And Olga Kern is coming to our city this week in performance with Vladimir Spivakov at Kerner Hall on Thursday night. Going to be in our concert lobby earlier in the day on Thursday around 2:20 in the afternoon. And tomorrow, Olga Kern will be at Robert Lowrey Piano Experts, Eglinton and Brentcliffe. That's in between Laird and Leslie. Robert Lowrey is with me now. What's happening? A masterclass, you say?
It's kind of a new thing for us. We are always doing promotions, and we've had concerts at our place. Many people are surprised when they visit Robert Lowrey that the second floor is twice as big as the main floor. We have about 25,000 square feet altogether, and we spent the recession reinvesting in creating 2 more showrooms on our second floor. One specifically a performance area, which we will comfortably seat 80 to 90 people, but we've been led to believe that we might have far more than that. So our big Euro room, which is 4,000 square feet on the second floor, that houses our magnificent Busendorfers and Schimmels, will be moving things around to accommodate as many people as we have to.
Well, clearly the public is invited, and you don't need to be a concert pianist to appreciate what happens in a masterclass, particularly when it involves someone of the talent of Olga Kern. Can you describe to someone who's never attended a masterclass just what happens?
Well, classical music and all music is continually reinterpreted, and so we have a 11-year-old Coco, we have 15-year-old Amadeus, and a 35-year-old Rickard, who is a financial analyst, but they're going to perform pieces to the best of their ability, and Olga's going to comment on those. And she's not there to criticize. She's there to make suggestions about the performance, discuss certain phrasing. So it's a really dynamic process where you have somebody who's actually earning a career and touring the world and has won world renown in an interchange with both the audience and the players, and rethinking these pieces of music that we all enjoy so wonderfully.
And so each of these individual performers, Coco Ma and Amadeus and Ricker, will get that marvelous experience, and I'm sure they're thrilled about that. But the audience can learn something too, can they not?
Well, that's the essence of it, that the audience can learn something, because it's easy to stand back and pull a piece of music out of your library or listen to classical 96 and hear a piece and then hear another interpretation of the piece. And as much as we'll be interested in the interpretation that the performer is giving, so will Olga. So Olga will be learning things as well as we are, and so it's really quite a magnificent experience for everybody who has the opportunity to be there.
Well, it's a chance to be up close and personal with Olga, and then if you are indeed going to Kerner Hall on the Thursday night, you'll get a greater appreciation of what she's doing on stage there.
Well, we've been helped in this by Liz Parker and Ella Poret and Svetlana Dvorskaya. And I've not met Olga, but everything I've heard is that she's a real personality. So we don't have somebody who's going to sit back with her arms folded and nod and grunt. This is going to be very, very interesting.
Well, she's been in our concert lobby on 2 occasions up to now, and then the third, of course, will be on Thursday. And yeah, she's dynamic, just a real go-getter.
And it shouldn't be important, but every picture I've seen of her, she's a very vivacious lady too. And so you combine that flair of personality and her vivaciousness, and perhaps Mr. Spivakov will be there as well, we're hoping.
It's called Style. Now, let me give the listeners the details. It's Wednesday, tomorrow, February 22nd. It begins at 4:30 p.m. in the European Gallery, second floor of Robert Lowrey Piano Experts. Now, they're on Eglinton Avenue East at Brentcliffe. That's east of Laird, west of Leslie, easy to get to by public transit. Lots of parking if you're driving. And here's a phone number to call, 416-423-0434 to reserve your tickets, which are $15 in advance. Of course, plus tax. We always have to mention that. 15 plus tax in advance. If you're going to be purchasing at the door, well, first of all, you'll hope to be able to get in if it's overflowing, and the tickets will be $20 at that point. Now, the piano is of ultimate importance, and what piano will these students at the Masterclass be playing?
This is the thing itself, the Imperial Bösendorfer. There's no piano like it in the world. We see a concert grand on stage. Usually that's 9 feet long. The Imperial is 9.5 feet long. It's 7 years in the making in Vienna by Bösendorfer, a country that's a mere 183 years old. Mm-hmm. Spectacular instrument, the exact same piano that Olga will be playing on at Kerner Hall. So we had one of the participants come in over the weekend, and we just finished setting it up. We have a lot of technicians who work at Robert Lowrey, and we just finished a preliminary setup, and Amadeus, appropriately named, said, "Well, this is perfect. This couldn't be any better. This is just going to be perfect." And so you'll get to hear the students, the performers on the Emperor of Pianos, the Imperial Bösendorfer, and at the same time we have for instance a Bösendorfer made for the 200th anniversary of Liszt's birthday. Only 20 of them made. So in addition to seeing that, they'll see some other really unique pianos. We just got in a plexiglass Schimmel piano that is probably going to be at center ice with John McDermott singing by it, because it looks like it's made of ice and it sounds wonderful. So a lot of unique pianos.
There's always something amazing happening at Robert Lowrey Piano Experts. And it's going to be a thrill for Coco Ma and Amadeus Kazubuski-Houston and Rickard Choi, but it can be for you too. Again, the details tomorrow, 4:30 p.m., Robert Lowrey Piano Experts. Get all the details on tickets and their phone number when you go to the website pianoexperts.com. That number again, 416-423-0434. Robert, thanks for being with us.
Always a pleasure, Bill.
And we'll hear a little more from Olga Kern.